How's it going, everybody? Cedar Fair just recently started rolling out some brand new apps for all their amusement parks, and Cedar Point just got their update. Some of the parks like Kings Island and that have not been updated yet, but I'm going to go through the new app and show exactly where maybe some things moved and where things are now, and what I like about the app, and maybe some things I don't like about the app. So the first thing that I notice is that right in the front, which I really like, because if you look over here at the Kings Island app, and that's what like all the Cedar Fair apps looked like in the past, you didn't have a whole lot on the front page. I mean, you had ride wait times and stuff like that. You had some decent stuff, but in order to get into the actual passes, so you could scan to get in, because if you're like me, you keep your passes on your phone within the app. You don't actually keep like physical cards or anything like that. So before, it wasn't a huge deal. You had to click on me, and then we don't have any passes set up in the Kings Island app, but if we did, they would be here, and then you would click on them and be able to get to them. But here they're right in the front, and you can click, and other than it oddly saying Gold Pass, since Cedar Point got rid of our Platinum passes, but other than that, I mean, it's like really good. Like they'll have like the QR code, and then they'll have any pass add-ons. You can see the all season fast lane, but they don't have the all park passport. And I thought that was considered an add-on. So I'm a little confused why that wouldn't be on here. I don't know. Cedar Point, like I'm always afraid they're going to have some glitches and stuff like that. So especially rolling out like a whole new system with getting rid of the Platinum and having Gold and all park passport as an add-on and that. So a little worried that there's going to be some hiccups on opening day this year. Hopefully not, though. But then on the opening page here, you will see that they have the hours up at the top. They don't have anything that specifically says ride wait times, but you can go to all rides, and I assume that once like you're in the park, because you actually have to be in the park at Cedar Point to get the wait times, you can't view them outside the park. If you want to do that, you can go on a website called Queue Times and just like Google or search Cedar Point queue times, and then it'll give you all the information from the app, and you don't actually have to be in the park to get that. So I assume these here will have the wait times. I'm not 100% because I don't it doesn't say that there would be wait times, but I don't know where else it would be. And one thing that I really like, besides the fact that they have the passes right up in the front, ready to click on and scan whenever you're going into different parks, the map. So here, like I showed before, all I did was click on see all rides, and this is a list view of all the rides, but then they also have a map view. And the map like looks a lot better. Like if you're looking at this, it's in color, like Raptor is green, Valraven burnt orange, and if you're like walking into the park and you've never been there before, like you can see all the pathways, and you can say like, okay, you know what? I know exactly where I am. So it's like really helpful. And then if you go to the old way that they used to have it, like this is Kings Island's app. This, I mean, it's not bad the way that they used to have it. Definitely a little bit more confusing. Like I know Kings Island's layout pretty well, and I'm looking at this and I'm like getting confused of like what I'm looking at and stuff like that. So if I'm walking through the park and I'm looking at this map, definitely not something that I'm going to be like, oh, okay, I understand completely where I am right now. This, on the other hand, much better. So definitely good job on Cedar Fair on updating their maps, because now parks, since COVID, got rid of paper maps. Most parks you can't go and actually get like a physical paper map like you used to do. So people have to rely on these apps on their phones, and they need something that looks good, because the old park maps were in color and they looked good, and you could really tell exactly where you were with them most of the time. But getting into some other things, I want to, and they have a little red plus sign, and you can do your different things like buy your tickets and passes. You can find food. One thing down here at the bottom, the find my parking spot. This is something that I definitely utilize pretty much every time I go to Cedar Point or any amusement park. And even whenever I go to another park, I can use this app. I don't have to be at Cedar Point in order to use this. I can use this anywhere, at a park, if I'm parking. If you park at a mall, like, it doesn't matter where you're parking. Downtown in a city, you can use this Find My Parking Spot. And one thing that they added on this year that's really cool, like they showed the Save My Location. That's always been there. You could save your location and then it'll give you a navigation back to your car whenever you want to return to your vehicle. But they also added the add a photo of your parking spot. So that could come in really handy whenever you're at at a park maybe you've never been to before. You take a picture of your spot and maybe like get like a landmark or something nearby in the picture. You get something like that you can really use to find where your car is on top of the GPS, the navigation that leads you back there. You have Explore. That just takes you to the map as well. So there's two ways you can get to the map. You can go to Explore, or you can go to this All Rides and then Map View. So there's two ways to get to that lovely looking map. Wallet, this still holds any sort of daily tickets as you see, or extras, and it holds your passes and that. So you could still go into Wallet because that's what you used to have to do with the old app. You just don't have to now because it's right there in the front, and you can just click on it and then scan your QR code to get inside the park. I think that's one of my favorite parts of the new app. If I didn't go to Cedar Point before, the map would be really nice. A park that we don't go too often, like maybe if we get back out to Knott's Berry Farm soon. We've only been to that park once, so maybe like we need to utilize the map a little bit more. And then speaking of more, you have more over here, and it just shows some upcoming shows and events. And surprisingly enough, it's January 22nd, so there are no events today because the park is closed. And then frequently asked questions down here. Oddly enough, I never have a question about a park that I look at a frequently asked questions in a FAQ. I never find my question in that. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just not asking the right questions. Special dietary needs. Cedar Point just last year got rid of pretty much all their vegan options, and that's our special dietary need that we would look for. But if you click on this, you can get to their part of their website that has all their information on there. And I know if you clicked on that vegan offerings, it's going to be a whole lot of just French fries and a bunch of stuff that isn't really an actual meal. So I think that is it. That's like pretty much the main thing that I found with this new app. It just looks a little bit better. Just the old one, boom, right there. Looks fine, whatever, but nothing that great. This one just pops a little bit more color, it seems like, and a little bit more vibrant, a little bit more user-friendly. So good job, Cedar Fair, and they really need to roll out that app for all their parks. So everyone, if your home park is anywhere from Knott's Berry Farm to Dorney, you will get to utilize this brand new app. So that is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, if you found it useful, whatever, give it a thumbs up and go ahead and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Would really appreciate it. And if you want to go one step above subscribing, you can be like one of these wonderful people on the screen. They are channel members. They get things like exclusive shout outs every single video. They get exclusive content. Some of the studio partners level members, they get things like early videos on some content. So we'll put things out maybe like 24 hours early. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that they get, and they give a whole lot. I mean, we can't tell you how much we appreciate all our members. They are the backbone of this channel, and they make it possible for us to keep doing this channel, keep doing as many videos as we do. So we greatly appreciate them. And if you enjoy our videos, then you should appreciate them as well. But that is it for this video. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. See you guys next time right here on Beach Cliff Studios.